Good morning and good night. Thanks again for downloading the Body Snatchers podcast. If you like what you hear today, don't forget to subscribe and comment. So let's get started. Enjoy the show.
All right, good morning and good night. Welcome to the Body Snatchers podcast. Steve not here at your service, and with me today is the innovator of stories. Jay, how you doing, my guy?
Man, look, let me just say how impressive it is that every time you have a new introduction and it's like they're getting better. I love it.
Yeah. This ain't my first show. I've been doing this a long time. Then I stopped for a long time. Now I'm doing it sort of a long time.
Kind of, sort of. You getting there, but it's nice.
Kind of, sort of.
Like I was like,
I don't want new people to come in. I don't want new people to come in and thinking I'm doing a show on Anchor. You understand? We're on every platform out there, people. We're on, this is, I don't even know what episode this is. I think Tino puts a number on it. It's either in the hundreds or in the thousands. Either way, it's a lot of episodes that I've been doing this. So I don't want people to think that there's no evolution here.
Say you got to have the growth. That's what it's all about.
There it is. Thunderstone to the dome. Well, we got a big show today, a exciting show today. We played the Battlefield 2042 beta. Full game is being released November 19th. And we watched the oh-so-popular Squid Games, which, as of now, is the most streamed item on Netflix of all time.
Yeah, number one show. It's a hit.
It's a hit. That's a really big deal. And it's impressive since it's not a traditional U.S., televised program.
Yeah, and I wonder how many people watch it, like, subbed versus dubbed. You know what I mean?
That's a whole other argument, because you know how I feel about people reading stuff when they don't have to. But before we get started, check out bodysnatchersmedia.com, our bios, our schedules for our streams, links to the show, wherever you download our show. We don't have a preference. It's fine. You want to get it off MySpace? It's on MySpace. Hit it up on MySpace. We really do appreciate it. So did we ever give out our Twitch? My Twitch is twitch.tv/SteveNotHere, and yours is twitch.tv/Jaybird_plays with a Z.
Yes, plays with the Z, and the underscore is very important. I feel like Tino be trying to downplay it, but the underscore is where it's at. That's how you know.
If you search Jaybird in the Twitch, you're one of the first people that pop up. I don't know if you knew that. So
I like that.
That's a pretty big advantage. That's a pretty big advantage. You put Steve in the search bar. Good luck. Good luck. So, let's hit Battlefield first. I like to give my first impressions on it, but since I've never actually played any of them, they just never interest me. There's always, another, what looks like a copy out there. Right. But since this isn't your first rodeo on this experience, how'd you like it? Did you notice any bugs? Did you notice any bugs, and what new features did you actually like? Because it looks the same to me in the commercials.
Right. So, bug wise, I didn't run into too many issues. It was one time I got stuck in it was like a pole, and it was weird, but I got stuck. I got caught in that, a little bit of tripping up on stuff. I had to definitely turn the stuff down graphically for my computer to handle it. I was just like, cause I'm new in the foray of PC gaming, so I don't have nothing too heavy. I don't have nothing too heavy, and I was like, oof, I'm feeling it. So I definitely had to turn it down. But after I did that, it was pretty smooth for me. It was pretty quick. I think that was probably the biggest difference between this one and the previous Battlefields. It's not as slow. You can kind of cover ground a little quicker, especially now that you have grappling hooks and stuff like that, which I'm sure everybody was using. But I was really surprised at some of the stuff that they took out of the game as opposed to that they put in it. Like they took out the leaning in the previous ones. You can kind of lean in and out of cover.
Around the corner.
Yeah. I feel like that would be nice. You know what I mean? Unless they just didn't tell me how to do it. I'm not
very possible.
But it didn't make sense. Like it wasn't how I played on the previous game. So unless they switched it up completely and just pull the wolves over my eyes on that one. But I like it. I don't. The 64 v 64 is rough. It is chaos. Like it is madness.
So the 64 versus 64 is they got a mode called Conquest. I don't know if Battlefield did that before. If
that's like the Battlefield mode. If you playing Battlefield, you're playing Conquest. Yeah.
Yeah. So you got 2 teams of 64, but then you got squads of 4. Mm-hmm. So you bring your party with you, and you're included into, the rest of the 4 party squads that make up 64. And, that's amazing in itself because there's so many people. And the respawning feature that I'll talk about a little later is just phenomenal. It's always go, go, go. You don't got to wait. It's not a big deal if you die. Warzone, you got to wait 10 to 15 minutes sometimes. Battlefield, boom, you're back in, ready to go. But before we go anywhere, the graphics, holy smokes. Like, I was dragging too. I got a 2060 Super and i5 in there. And it was screaming at me. It was yelling at me.
Hell.
But man, the graphics on this, if you can turn it all the way up, and I can't stress this enough, if you're ever gonna build a PC, and of course we all know Tino on the show, he builds PCs, very good at it. If you're ever interested, you should always message him. It's on the website, bodysnatchersmedia.com. But if you ever build a PC, you go for broke. Me and Jay learned this the hard way.
Look at us now.
Like me, I just wanted to, I like Minecraft. I don't need that much. Calm down. Settle down on the price.
Right.
Jay, he didn't know. He's never built a PC before.
Look, new dad. I got a plan ahead. You know what I mean? I was just like,
this graphics card has 4 digits. It has to be good. You don't need nothing more than that.
Look, that's so I thought.
But yeah, break the bank on that. But the graphics, the firefighting from a distance, when it hit, it was a sunset. And you can see people on top of the tower shooting and see people on the bottom of the tower like shooting up from the grass. And you can kind of see their bullets like red. You know how you see those videos from Afghanistan? They're shooting helicopters or drones down. It looked like that. And I'm like, man, this is, when the frames weren't messing with me, it was flawless. I mean, if people played this game just for visuals like that, I would completely understand because that was just awesome. It was just fun. And they're players, they're real people.
Right. And because I was actually playing it with a friend of mine over, and he was just like, if this was any other game, like the helicopter dipping down and like in your view and then like just jumping out of the way is just like, that would just be cinematics. That would just be for show. You know what I mean? But in Battlefield, like that's actually happening. It's in front of you. Shit is real. You know what I mean? Like it can get real bad real fast.
Right. And this will tell you if you need a new computer. Just go there, put everything on ultra and see what happens. If it doesn't work out, you're like, all right, I need to upgrade some things.
Look, I just went there and I knew I had to upgrade my computer. I was like, oh, I just showed up. And it was just like, I was like, oh man, something is wrong.
The deploy feature, is that in other Battlefield games too? Because the coolest thing about it is, all right, you get shot. You can be, reviving. If that's a word. You're the wordsmith.
I knew what you meant, so I'll allow it. You know what I mean?
I was thinking of revived, but I said reviving. But am I the first one to say that?
Hey, look, trademark it. That's all you.
Yeah.
Hashtag
I put it in
reviving.
Google. There's nothing coming up. So revived. So you could be revived, and if there's a 2-on-2 and your boy knocks out both of them, but you go down, he can pick you up. You guys can go. But if you die, you can in Conquest. You can go to the areas that your team has taken over, or you can just drop right by your teammates, which is phenomenal. It's a great way to stay together as a squad, and that's why you probably ran into so many squads, because when you die, you can just click on the waypoint, or like everyone's a little arrow. So you click on the arrow, then boom, right on top of them. That's where you are.
Yeah.
If they're in a vehicle, they put you in the vehicle.
Right. You say, how are they doing this? This is amazing.
It's such a fun concept. I don't know what Warzone isn't doing it. Destiny doesn't do it. Destiny will spawn you somewhere else. Warzone, they'll just, if there is a spawn feature.
Right. But yeah, man, that's all the Battlefields though, man. It's definitely more objective based, which is better for me. That's more my mind frame of shooters. Like I don't really do team deathmatch or the battle royales like that, even though you would tell people that I'm good at Warzone, but it's not really what I would do. You know what I mean? Like not my preference, I should say. But
if you get 2 kills in one match, you're good at Warzone to me. Let's go.
But I'm like, you give me a good objective, you like, we can figure out, paths to get there. Gotta watch out, check our corners, and put in work. Like
Right.
that's me all day. But
and the
just
weather,
running around,
dude, the rain.
Oh yeah, the rain. Did you see the tornado hit?
I did see the tornado. That I didn't play it, but I seen videos of it, and that blew my mind.
Yeah, man, it's wild. It's wild.
The
man.
thunder strikes, dude. It's so cool, and like when you hear the sound of the guns, like I haven't heard anything like that before. Now, when you shoot the gun, you can hear it zoom away, and when it hits the other person, when you're close, you can hear it pierce them, and when it's far away, you can hear it pop.
Yeah, it's crazy. I didn't know that you never played a Battlefield game before, but Battlefields are known for having that just amazing sound quality to it. Like, you can hear the shots ringing out from the battlefield, like you said. You can hear the choppers coming in, and it's just like, and it's all actually happening. Like I was saying, in other games, that'll just be background noise. It'll just be some little flair that they're trying to add up to make it sound like a war is going on, but Battlefield, it gives you that. It will give you that.
Yeah, it was, it felt like a brand new experience. Plus, my gun got red if I was shooting it for a long time, like the barrel. I'm like, just little details.
See, I didn't even notice that.
Yeah, just the little details are so refreshing to me because that's what I was looking for. Of course,
I had mine on potato cam, so it was probably just like no need for that. Red tips,
right? You don't get that stuff. All right.
Yeah. That's for the next level.
I find a lot of good things to say about this. The one thing that I really don't like about it is the vehicle control.
Yeah, I don't even flying. Forget about it. There's absolutely no way. Like, unless you just trying to watch everybody die, then sure, I'll fly. But I can do the tank. I can do some tank work, but I never, like you said, the vehicles are definitely rough. Especially trying to do keyboard and mouse, forget about it.
I read there's a lot of people that just avoid it altogether. Now, I tried the vehicle a couple of times. I was in the tank. So, I got pieced up. Someone just yanked me out. I was in a helicopter. Once you go upside down, there's just nothing you can do. I don't know why it was going upside down.
I've seen people do amazing things. I've sent people messages post game. In actuality, like, you are the illest person to ever do this. Like the loop-de-loops in and out of windows and stuff. Like, I'm like, I don't understand the amount of time that you put in and just flying. Like, I'm not even trying to see you boots on the ground. Like, you just stay in the helicopter, rack up your 50 kills a game. It, like, unbelievable.
Yeah, so a first-person shooter is going to first-person shoot. They all get your squad, win the game. The thing about this one is the attachment situation that they have to where it's pretty much live. Like, you can get a gun, you pick your loadout, then you get the sniper or the shotgun or the auto rifle, and then when you go, you can pick which attachments you want right on the ground. Which, if you know what you're doing, can make your gun really overpowered, and if you don't know what you're doing, it can really mess it up.
Yeah, because you'd be like, all right, well, this is the power damage, so obviously it's going to be the best for all situations. Now that was a new feature though, the whole plus. I think that's what they call it, like the plus system. I love that though. That was a really cool, I feel like, innovative thing. I feel like other games are going to start doing that in the future. I feel like
it's pretty cool. I mean, I don't mind doing it like, Warzone has a little loadouts at the beginning of the match, and what you're stuck with, you're stuck with. What's final, what's final. It's, I don't got a problem with that. But in real time, I feel like that's a game changer. Say, like, you're trying to get somewhere and you need something with a high fire rate. Just in case somebody pops around the corner, you need a high fire rate. Once you get on top, you need range. Right. So that you can pick people off. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and that's why I feel like Battlefield implemented that, because you can be underground in a tunnel for one section and then be out wide in the open the next. You know what I mean? If you're going from one sector to the next trying to capture a point, like, it can be a very different, like, because in other game modes, so the conquest map is so big, in other game modes, they'll split that up and you'll only play a chunk of it. You get what I'm saying? So if it was just the chunk, it would make sense that, okay, it's all close quarters, it's all underground, it's all these tight corners, you know what I mean? But
Right.
so, you might not have to switch it, but you can literally, on the other side of the map, it's completely different. On the other side of the map it's a hilly area, it's wide open. You're going to need a scope. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
So it's cool though. It's cool.
So what's the final verdict? You happy with it? You want people to buy it?
I am happy with it. I don't know if I would rush to buy it. You know what I mean? Because it is online only. So if that's not your thing, I would not rush to buy it. You can play with 163 bots and you know
now,
what I mean? If that's what you want to do.
Now, I'm pretty sure all games are online only. Do you mean that there's no campaign?
There's no campaign. That's what I mean. There's no campaign. They dropped it.
For campaigns?
They had a couple. Not too many of them are solidified bangers. I'll say out of 5 Battlefield games, I would say 2 of them probably had campaigns. You know what I mean? Like that I enjoyed. Right. Because like I don't really like I need more of a character driven, you know what I mean, type situation. But I'm weird. I'm not the traditional shooter campaign guy, so you can't come to me for that. But I definitely think that it's gonna be innovative enough. But going against Halo, you know what I mean? I feel like Halo was a smoother experience, like playing the beta. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
I feel like, and it's not multiplayer only, but the multiplayer is free to play. So I would be leaning closer to Halo than Battlefield at this moment. But I definitely did enjoy myself. That's not what I'm saying. So I'll say I'll give it a solid 7.5 out of 10
for the beta. That's pretty good. Yeah. Battlefield 2042 coming out November 19th. And what I'd like to do is when Halo comes out, we play like the first, because I think we own them all at this point. We play the top 5 first-person shooters, and then we just rate them ourselves, pros and cons of them, see where they're at. Maybe we can do that for like a end of the year show, and we can force Tino to do it too.
Oh my goodness, I can only imagine.
We can force him to do everything. I don't know why we're letting him get off the hook so easily.
Say he's going to fold to the pressure, that peer pressure.
Right, peer pressure. I love peer pressure. I'll do anything if there's enough pressure on me. All right, so Squid Games, the most streamed show of all time on Netflix. It's Korean-based horror, action, drama, goodness. The episodes go by fast. Think of Hunger Games, but with the premise of child games where any error is just, you're gone. Instant death. Boom. Instant death. I seen this show on the first day it came out, and I thought it was, I think nothing of it. You always see these foreign films, and, they're dubbed up. And, they're good. I'm not saying they're bad. They're good, but I generally bunch them in with the same. Are you in for a martial arts movie? Are you in for, a sort of off-the-wall horror movie or show? That's where I put them in. Like Kingdom and I think Kenshi. I forgot it was to do with the reverse blade. People will know what I'm talking about if they've seen it. But
say it if you know, you know.
But this show caught so much fire, and honestly, I can see why. So, when did you hop on it? Was it the pressure of the news? Was it the pressure of social media?
No, it was the pressure of Monica. If it wasn't if Monica wasn't watching it, I probably wouldn't have watched it. To be honest, it's not my thing. It had to grow on me for sure. Because it's like you said, I didn't think it was going to be what it was. Because it's just like, all right, people just going to be getting their shit split. You know what I mean? Like I can play Gears of War or something if I just trying to watch people get their head knocked off. But it was definitely, the conspiracy within the conspiracy and drama and all that. It definitely was different levels than I was expecting for sure.
Oh yeah, they spend a whole first episode getting you to know this main character and feel his desperation to do something like this. Mm-hmm. And the show goes from like being a regular CBS drama to like just off the wall, graphic, gory, sadness, horror, death show. And I think that's the appeal to it because it takes you so far on both sides of like, all right, this show is pretty good. It's pretty slow. And then it just gets intense to where, hey, those 40 people are dead.
Mm-hmm.
And
that just happened.
and it happened so quick.
Yeah.
And it's like, to me, I always watch dub anime. It's not a big deal. Watching dub live action, it's sort of hard for me to actually get in the swing of that. I gotta watch a couple of episodes, then I don't notice it anymore. But at the beginning, when you're watching their mouth, it's a little rough for me. So
Yeah.
the first episode, I did have them speak in Korean, and then I put the subtitles on. Then I went to dub, and I'm like, this is rough. And then I forgot I had it on, and then I just watched the whole thing dubbed. So
okay.
Plus, I go back. I want to know what these people actually sound like.
Right. And like, I mean, and like I went subbed. I was subbed all the way through.
Okay.
Like I said, just because during some of those scenes, like you feel more. I feel like it isn't the same as when somebody dubbed it. But that's just that's just my stance on it.
Yeah, so we don't want to spoil anything. There'll be minimal spoilers. We're not going to give you names or certain situations. We don't do that, but we are going to tell you, like, but what we got from it, how these shows are probably going to be around a lot more now after the success that this one had, especially since it was begged for a second season, which it already got approved for.
Mm-hmm.
So that's already coming out. And like HBO is going to be asking for these kind of shows now. You know what I'm saying? Other streaming services, other channels, these kind of experiences, these mature shows from these mature foreign shows, people love. Yeah, and like they're foreign to us because we don't live there, but like, has this been going on the whole time over there?
Right, this whole time, like, this just what y'all do? Is this just a regular show to y'all? But like, I feel like when, like you said, this was a massive success. I think they said it was something like 111 million people. You know what I mean? Since it's been out, has already watched it. Like, is that a lightning in a bottle type situation? Because I don't know if shows that are necessarily inspired by this or that are trying to copy this formula, even if it's not the same thing, but I don't know. I don't know if other people will be able to pull it off.
I love this example because, like, if you're so good at what you do, you cannot be denied.
Mm-hmm.
It's just plain and simple. And this show, I really have no flaws about it. Like, before I watched it, all I heard was, the ending wasn't, the ending was garbage. The ending wasn't that good. The ending was good. And the ending, the ending, they wrap up everything and they leave something for second season. Now, do you disagree?
So now, slightly now, because usually I'm always along for the ride. I'm like, yeah, it was good, but the problem with it is you supposed to get a fundamental growth or development, or something is supposed to change within the protagonist. You know what I mean? And I feel like we didn't necessarily get that. I feel like, so yeah, stuff happened, things transpired. You know what I mean? But it's just like, you supposed to learn something from this. You know what I mean? Like it was you supposed to take something from this. And maybe when the second season roll around, they'll things will be shown in a different light where I'm like, okay, cool. I'm okay with it. But I feel like you got to take something from this, especially something as tragic as watching people get done in various ways. Like,
so at the end, you want to see an evolution of the people you've been watching, pretty much.
Right. Yeah. I mean, because that's what it's about. It's about the growth. You know what I mean? Like, you can be that degenerate gambler. You know what I mean? Like, you can do that at the beginning, but at the end, you're supposed to learn and change or do something different. Because if you do the same thing, what's the point of everything that we just watched?
That's true. So you felt like at the end they were sort of backtracking instead of going into something new. I can see that.
Right.
I can totally see that.
But that's just me.
That's just picking bones. I forced your hand. Yeah. I forced your hand because I'm on a show busting balls about one of the greatest shows on Netflix. So I know you had to piece me up a little bit with your.
It's the greatest ever do it.
With your right in mind, I get it.
Man. Sometimes it's just I can't control it. Like it'd be bad.
and let me say this: good on Netflix for releasing it all.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you Netflix for that. You don't got me weekly Disney Plus on that bullshit all the time. Granted, I ain't going nowhere, but Netflix ain't going nowhere either because I respect you now because we take care of each other. We're family, all right? I ain't going nowhere. And then they're like, you know what? Just, you're good for it. Just take the whole season.
You'll be back.
I know where you live. We've known each other a long time. Go ahead, go.
Yeah, so
I still got mail here from Netflix. I got a disc somewhere.
Unbelievable. They're gonna double back on you once Netflix starts shutting down. They're gonna be the new Blockbuster. They're gonna be like, we are reclaiming everything from y'all. You took everything from us.
Now this must be my my micro racism coming out, but when I watch these shows, I feel like that they're very predictable. They're like, all right, that's the bad guy. He's going to do something. Then he's going to lose. And, this is the good guy. He's going to have to do good and be safe. I love you. This show wasn't predictable at all.
Yeah.
That's why it was so much fun to watch. I felt like you were being refreshed every 30 minutes with the story.
Yeah, for sure. And I like the way that you worded it. It's definitely like a 30-minute refresher because it's just like, you think it's going one way and then it's just like, oh, damn, surprise. Like, it is something. It was wild. It was definitely a wild ride for sure.
Yeah, there was no going through the motions with this. They demand your intention. When moments are supposed to be passive, they're passive. They let you breathe. They let you, collect yourself. And then when they get intense, they get aggressive. They get really aggressive. And, those can be whole episodes too. I mean, whoever did this show knew exactly like the formula to make people sit there and click the next episode.
Right. Yeah, it was definitely one of those. By the end of the episode, you definitely were just like, all right, what's next? I need more. And it's just like, and it's crazy to think that he's been trying to get this out for 10 years or close to 10 years, I think.
Really?
Like, yeah. He's been trying to sell this to everybody and nobody wanted it. And look at him now.
Can you imagine struggling for 10 years and he puts it out and it just flops?
It's rough.
Dude, that makes me so sad just to think about it. Thank God it's completely on the other side of that. But
yeah. He's rolling in it now.
Yeah. Can you imagine? And all the single moms that feed their kids coffee, you can't let your kids watch this with you.
Yeah, please don't.
It's like there's not that much titties, there's not that much nudity, but people do fucking die like brutally.
A lot and often.
A lot.
Frequently.
Yeah. To a point where at the end of the show your kid might be desensitized with that and you might get fucking shanked in the middle of the night.
Yeah, you don't want that. So without giving too much about the show, which of the games would have done you in? What was the one that you was like, I'd have been out. I'd have been done.
Oh. All right. So the first one was easy money.
Yeah, that's easy money. I don't know how. I guess wait. I understand why they struggled with it. You know what I mean? Because they just kind of was like, surprise, you gonna die. You know what I mean? Right. So I get why tensions were high. You know what I mean? You might make some mistakes, but it definitely should have been easy money. I would have, once I saw the first couple bodies dropped, I would have sobered up quick. Like, all right, wait a minute. Like, if I'm not hit in the first round, I'm good.
I think the cookie. I don't think I can handle them walking around just killing people like that while I'm trying to work.
Say, I'm trying to put work in on this cookie, man.
like the marbles, I got a chance. I can manipulate something. The glass is all by chance.
That was just chance. Yeah.
The tug of war, that's all by chance. It's who you're with. The cookie is all me, and like you got to be so careful with that thing. Like right. even when they found like a little cheat to it, and they were doing that, I was stressing out. I'm like, man, I dunk Oreos all the time. They get too wet, it's over.
It's over. And like I was thinking, like you said, and it was the way they were cheating. The other people were cheating. I thought somebody was gonna get caught. I thought that they were. I was like, oof, this is rough. That was stressful.
I would have picked the umbrella too.
Not knowing.
100%. Big Umbrella Academy fan. I would have went right there
and done there, and you wouldn't have been able to bit off more than you can chew.
Dude, I did. I probably would have went for one of their guns and just tried it, because there's no way I would have got that cookie out. I don't think.
Yeah, because man, look, like you said, I'm not trying to do any spoilers, so I'm not gonna go into it. But it's rough. It's rough. I don't know if I'll be able to hang at all. Like you said, the cookies was a rough one. The tug of war, it's just bad, man. It's just all around. It was a bad time. Like,
right, and a lot of those games, there's nothing you can do. Like, if you lose, you lose. That's just the luck of the draw.
Ooh, yeah. I want no parts. I don't care how much money. I'm good.
Which now that we're talking about it, when he says like it had to do with luck and skill.
Mm-hmm.
Like, now I get that now, because now that we're talking about it, you need a lot of luck through it. You can't just you can't just be good at all these activities. You got to have a little bit of luck too, or you're screwed.
Yeah, you say it's always that little something extra.
Yeah, dude. But I got nothing bad to say about this show. Everyone's gonna enjoy it. It's Netflix goodness. They're gonna be able to pay the bills for another month. Congratulations to Johnny Netflix, or whoever owns that company.
Johnny Netflix. I love
Johnny
it.
Netflix. There's like, they keep on putting out bangers like this. What if Netflix comes out with live TV?
Right. Well, they Netflix, they bought a game studio. So they're going to be breaking in the cloud gaming. So I'm assuming it's cloud gaming, but I don't know.
And before we wrap this up, Amazon's latest game, New World, I'm playing that right now, and the first day was terrible, and the second day is like perfection personified. This thing is taking so much care of me. As an MMO, there's no monthly fee. So I do want to do a show on this. I don't know if anybody else on the show's playing it, but like, I can come on and I can explain to you why, this is going to be like, nobody's bashing it anymore. The memes are done.
Right. He said it's over.
Yeah. Like there's nothing else to talk about. That girl in high school that was all beat up, she's hot now. You can say whatever you want. It's not going to hold nothing. It's not going to hold nothing. This game is, I stayed up till I was off at like 1, and I wanted to prepare for the show. I wanted to do some video. I wanted to run some tests. You know how it is. And I was up till 6.
You just like, wait a minute.
The sun was out.
He's like, is that the sun?
I'm like, I messed up. I messed up myself for like the next 3 days. But this game it's just fun. It's just easy. It's just enjoyable.
I've heard nothing but good things about it, though, honestly.
Dude, there's nothing bad I can say about it yet. And I'm putting my notes together to create a banger of a show when it does come out. So
you say, I got to do it justice. I got to do right by New Worlds.
Right. I don't know when I'll do it. Maybe when we run into a little dry spell of content to where, we don't got nothing, but I'm going to be playing it right after this, actually, until somebody pulls me off. So yeah, I'll have something for you guys, but you got anything else for Squid Games? Last thoughts?
No, it's a fun ride. Go ahead, check it out. If that's your thing. Even if you don't think it's your thing, you should at least give it an episode or 2, and it'll get you.
Right. It's good. It can't be denied. And if your opinion is that it's bad, then that's your opinion. And I guess opinions can be wrong. So that's it for us. Thank you for streaming or downloading the show wherever you do it. Like I said, YouTube, MySpace, Friendster, wherever you got it. I'm just glad you guys are coming by. The numbers are always going up, and, I know that's because of you guys, so I appreciate it. The best way to support us is what you guys been doing. Share, tell a buddy, tag them in, some of the memes we put up. Talk to us on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. We're all there. I mean, we love talking to you guys. A lot of haters on there. I like them too. It's fun. It's fun. I like asking them about their fancy podcasts and how they're doing.
Right. How's it going?
Right? How's that novel you've been working on? But, tell a buddy, share. We do appreciate it. That website, again, is bodysnatchersmedia.com. You find everything there, our socials, our giveaways. We got a lot of stuff happening in the future, so check it out whenever you're free. So for Steve and Jay, just tell someone you love them. Take care, Planet Earth. Bye. You can say bye, too.
Huh?
You can say bye, too.
Oh, bye.
There we go. Let's fucking go.